Yeah, figures.
And that's how it starts, kids.
That's how it starts.
Did you hit the wrong button?
It figures. No, man, there's ghosts in this studio, I'll tell you right off the bat.
Smells like victory.
There's definitely a ghost in the machine, Anthony.
You think so? Evil spirits?
I pushed play and nothing happened. It's like I just started broadcasting.
Wow.
All right, screw it with the Rage Against the Machine.
I don't know how many times we're going to hear that.
Yeah, they've been looping Rage Against the Machine all day long.
It was a big secret. They were just trying to hint to the big secret that everybody knew for, I think, 4 years now.
We started this secret 18 months ago, I think.
Oh, my God.
But I guess we got to introduce ourselves to people that might not know who we are. It's the Opie and Anthony program.
That's right. Mornings.
And little Jimmy Norton.
Program.
Hi, Jimmy. Mornings. Free FM.
And we don't even know where to begin. Every everyone is listening right now. The media is listening.
Mm-hmm.
There's like over 100 people outside this studio right now.
All over the studio.
Clamoring to get in here.
Some people new, right? Some new faces. Some faces we never, ever thought we'd look at without spitting in. But we're all pals now. Yeah. Everyone's a pal.
When you said over 100 people, I'm like, wow, Roth's whole audience stayed.
It's just been odd, man.
Yeah, this is the day that everyone gets along.
Yeah.
And starting tomorrow, they'll start dropping out one by one.
Do you think? Already tomorrow? No.
I think so, yeah.
Where people come in, it's like, oh, that guy.
But it's all smiles today.
All smiles, brand new.
I got to tell you, this is surreal. I mean, you know, the announcement's been out there for a while, but now we got to make it official.
No one confirmed it on either side.
No, who confirmed it and pretty much blew it up was good old Steve.
Loudmouth Steve.
Good old Steve on our fine website on Friday goes, well, I guess it's official, so I guess we could talk about it.
Yeah, I read that on a message board. I said, well, Opie and Anthony made it official that they are going to a Free FM, and I was like, who said that? We've been trying to keep this secret.
And Steve, don't even bother talking on that mic because I don't even know how to turn it on yet.
Look, Ben's going to try to help you.
Yeah, good luck.
You'll know all of these stupid characters in no time because they screw up so often that we talk about them constantly.
All right, we're trying to turn on your mic. It's going to be a little awkward today and tomorrow. And
somebody?
Yeah, try that.
How's that? There you go.
Yeah, well, there was this whole weird thing that was going on between CBS and XM. We'll get into the whole thing in a few minutes here. And they were just, like, releasing just little bits of information. Just a little bit.
Yeah.
Just you know, putting the bait out there. So then the media would have to report on it.
Uh-huh.
And then, you know, you get the story out there, and then you allow it to grow for 3 or 4 days, so you get a lot of press. And then Friday, we really teased, like, it looks like it's a done deal. We were at our show on XM, and we were signing contracts during the show and all that, but we were teasing it. We didn't say we were signing the actual contracts. We just said we had to sign stuff and fax it.
Important documents.
You know, so it was pretty obvious, but there was no real official announcement. And I get home Friday, and all of a sudden on our website, I guess we're allowed to talk about it. And then Steve gives all the info.
No, I didn't.
And then the AP picks up on it, and the stories all weekend long are, according to Opie and Anthony's official website.
Remember, I asked you in the morning where all these news stories were all over the thing, and I said, "Oh, can we talk about this yet?" And you specifically said, "Yeah, they're talking about it in the paper, whatever they."
Yeah, but not a confirmation. Pretty much what they were saying in the paper was unconfirmed reports say that you can report, Steve.
Right.
Not Opie told me that it's okay. And it's definitely going down.
Right.
Here's a copy of his contract.
It was my way of keeping the whole thing going. Yeah, throw it on the website. Of course, we can talk about what they're talking about in the papers.
What am I supposed to say? I'm like, there's something going on, and whatever it is, you guys are, you know.
Yes,
right?
you hint. You don't give away the whole farm, deep throat.
But see, because we were supposed to make it official today, right now.
Yeah.
Oh. But you made it official Friday.
No, I didn't.
This was the big announcement.
I was being subtle.
So what is the announcement, Anthony?
Well, the announcement is we are here. We are taking over for David Lee Roth. We're doing mornings here on Free FM and on XM Satellite Radio at the same time.
At the same time.
Opie, this is revolutionary. It's absolutely, we're changing the face of radio here. Ooh. And, well, instant feedback's coming in already. I'm too loud, Opie and Jimmy too low.
All right.
So if you want to start fixing things,
all right, I'll start.
You might want to do that.
How's that?
This is the shakedown, is what they call it.
Well,
it's not actually an official start to the program. Right. This was our big announcement.
Right. We're not.
We start the show on Wednesday.
Right.
That's when we start at 6 a.m. Eastern Time. We start at 6 a.m. We go to 9 a.m. here on Free FM and XM. At 9, we get our parade and go down the street to the XM studio.
Our brand new entourage.
Yeah, we have a huge entourage.
That went from like 5 people to 100 overnight for some reason.
So every day we get a little exercise, and we walk a couple of blocks over to XM, where we go in there and use filthy, dirty language.
That's right.
And that's until at least 11 o'clock.
We're going to keep the channel live until noon every day on XM.
Yeah. So you might remember, people that were listening exclusively on XM, that at 11 o'clock, something called the master computer kicked in. And we could be in the middle of saying something. Oh, my God, did you hear that? Opie and Anthony show is now over.
Yeah.
Now we'll be able to go until noon.
Noon at the latest.
If something's going on. So actually, we're doing now 26 hours of radio a day.
Who knows?
Between the two stations, and we're trying to sign an exclusive deal with CB Radio Channel 19, which Bob Eaton and Super Agent is working on now.
But the best part is the parade that's going to happen every day.
Ridiculous.
And knowing some of the O&A past, I'm sure they'll be joining us for the walk every morning. We want to get like a high school marching band for Wednesday.
To just have march us across the street?
We want to get like a New Orleans funeral one day. Just every day a different theme.
Something
for the
different?
Walk.
We've been talking about who's going to curse first and have to be dumped out of, because obviously now it's Free FM. We have to adhere to certain rules and regulations for 3 hours. We've been on satellite radio now for about a year and a half, and we're wondering who's going to curse first. But I have something else. Who will get hit by a car first? Because every day we have to cross the street during rush hour, pretty much, here in the city. And I think somebody is going to get hit by a car. I hope it's Ben Sparks.
No, it's weird. We're going to go to the phones in a minute here.
Mm-hmm.
Every single phone line is lit, and it all says, every single phone line says, welcome back.
Yeah. It doesn't feel like we were here.
We've been back for 18 months.
Yeah, well.
And now I guess we're really back.
Some of our listeners didn't know. We were in, for those of you that don't know, we were on the air, terrestrial radio as they call it, about 4 years ago. We're on WNEW in New York City and YSP in Philly.
Which is another studio that's only a block away from here, by the way.
Yeah.
I was passing all the studios today on the way down. It was like, oh, wow, that's where I worked 4 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
That's where I work currently. And starting today, that's where I work as well. All on the same street, one after another.
Yeah.
A little bizarre, but yeah, 4 years ago.
About 4 years ago, this program made a grave error in judgment. We decided to...
Some people think it was a brilliant move.
Who? Yeah. Satan thought it was a brilliant move.
I'll tell you who thought it was a brilliant move.
Who?
Eric Logan.
Yeah.
Because he got us because of that.
Yeah.
I don't know.
He got us. Thought it was a brilliant move. No.
No.
It was an error in judgment that kind of put our career on hold for a while.
Right.
We went to satellite radio. Been there a year and a half. And a lot of the people at Infinity at the time, which is now CBS, very upset with the boys. Very upset with us. Kind of brought a little bad publicity to the company. And we were pretty much thrown out. Thrown out. We sat for 2 years.
Almost 2.5.
Yeah, 2.5 years doing nothing. Opie played golf with old people. I sat home like Howard Hughes, watching my fingernails grow. And drinking. It's pretty much all I did. And then we got the job with XM Satellite Radio. It was very good. We thanked them. We heard a lot of bad things like, oh, look, the washed-up has-beens. That's where they ended up on satellite, blah, blah, blah. Little did we know that a year and a half later, we're back.
Right.
We're back on terrestrial radio.
And to be honest, we tried to make this move about 18 months ago.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
About 18 months ago, when Howard announced that he was leaving, we're like, well, we got the perfect idea. This is the move, by the way. Stupid Howard with his, the revolutionizing radio and stuff. No, this is the move right here.
Look what we do now.
Look what we do.
We do both.
We do both. That was the move all along, and we couldn't talk anyone into it about 18 months ago. And thank God David Lee Roth did what he did, which was absolutely nothing.
Oh.
And
could you leave poor Dave alone? Did you enjoy the music in the 80s? Can you at least give him that much respect? That you liked him in the 80s and you'll give him a pass on this whole radio thing? He said it. He said, it's not as easy as I thought it would be.
Well, then start like I did, overnights in Buffalo.
What? Caddying? At a country club?
No, if you
want... Boozy bop. You want a putter? What is he supposed to say? I held myself. There wasn't even a U that came out, my friend.
That was close, man. Look around the room.
That was the came out. The U, nowhere to be seen. I don't want to hear it. Oh, my God. How many minutes in and I came that close?
Oh, by the way,
Jesus.
before we go off the air today, we got to just let one fly because I want to see if the dump button works.
Oh, good. Yeah.
I want to test the guys down the hall.
That's it.
But, no, I mean, a lot of guys in entertainment think they could do radio. Some have been successful, but most people that go from entertainment to radio fail miserably.
Dave's been a great guest on a lot of radio shows. He's high energy, comes in, has some great stories. But there's a big difference between being a guest on a show and doing a radio show. You got to do it for at least now 4 hours a day where you go in and have to do entertaining radio.
Right.
You get in one day and you're like, hey, this is great. This is easy. The next day comes, what am I going to say?
Well, it was kind of interesting that they replaced Howard with a guy that never did radio before.
Yeah.
You know? I mean,
Well, you read the trades. That was done on purpose, Opie.
Right.
It was done to purge the audience, to make the next guys that come in look like heroes.
And
I read all the New York radio message boards and all the other ones, and this was a grand plan. See, if you bring the ratings down to where 5 people are actually listening, if 10 people listen, you've doubled the audience and you're a hero.
We are the once removed.
Yeah.
That's the place you want to be.
You don't want to be the guy that replaces the guy.
Hey, man, we have our problems with Howard. But we would have never wanted to follow him. That would have been a nightmare.
Look, like you said, we did have our problems, but we're not stupid. The guy did do a lot for radio. Hugely popular, huge fan base. And, it would be stupid to just come rolling in and start bashing him and try to get his audience like that. So let David Lee Roth slide in. Do a couple of months. Boom. Out you go. Hi, we're back. And the Toxic Twins.
Toxic Twins are back.
How funny would
Stop
it be
with
if
the
this show
Toxic Twins.
bombed and then they hired Sammy Hagar?
Oh, I'd listen to that.
No, you wouldn't.
Of course I wouldn't.
So here we are broadcasting live in New York, not at our studio.
Mm-hmm.
Like we kind of explained, we're in, let's be honest, we're in Howard's old studio. It's completely bizarre.
Yeah.
I'm sitting in Howard's seat.
Oh. What does it smell like?
It's a little strange.
Maybe you ought to change seat.
And we're going to force Jimmy to broadcast from the dunking booth.
Yeah.
There's the famous dunking booth.
Right now, Than Quivers is in there screening phone calls.
Yeah, we got our own Than screening the calls. We're going to go to the phones in a minute or two here, but...
Yeah. Did we actually explain how this is going to work? There's so many misconceptions. I'm reading instant feedbacks of people going, calling us sellouts, that we're only doing 2 hours of radio now a day.
We're going to do up to 6 hours of radio a day.
Because we started today at 9, I guess he assumes that every day we're going to come in at 9 and just do like an hour, 2 hours.
No.
This is just a get to know the equipment, the people here, announce what we're doing.
Right.
That we're back.
This is kind of us just practicing and figuring out how this whole thing works.
Yeah.
Most people would do this, behind the scenes, over the weekend.
2 in the morning on a Sunday.
We're like, you know what? Just let's throw the mics on and let's, figure it out as we go.
Yeah.
And that's what we're doing. Although we came in yesterday.
Yeah.
And fooled around a little bit.
Yesterday was the first day we were here at all.
Right.
And in the studio.
Because everything had to be signed. For some reason, even though they wanted us and we've been talking, heavily for a while now, nothing was really signed until what, like an hour ago? No, I was signing as I was walking over here, matter of fact.
We had faxed things back and forth with faxed signatures on them. But then, before we were walking here, lawyers, they plop down these big things and you're just signing them.
Right.
Opie even said, should I be reading this? No, just sign it.
Well, I have a witness. Eric Logan knows I did not read a single document as I was signing.
Mm-hmm.
It might save me someday. You never know.
No, it doesn't. It never does.
No?
Please.
So,
this contract's going to work for me this time. Yeah.
So we wanted to come over here and get a feel for the place, but we weren't allowed until yesterday, finally.
Mm-hmm.
But we were having top-secret meetings all over New York City.
Yeah. Meeting
with somebody at the Ritz-Carlton. We hinted to all this on our XM show.
And got yelled at a couple of times by Super Agent Bob Eatman.
Right, and then we had to go far away to some country club in the middle of nowhere to meet Tom Chiusano for the first time. That was a little bizarre.
And then got recognized in the parking lot as we left.
Right,
which blew that whole cover thing.
Yeah, so his plan failed miserably.
I think he just wanted to show off his country club.
Which made me very happy, by the way, that his plan failed miserably. So, all right, well, then that's the deal. So we came here yesterday for the first time, checked it out, met a lot of people, looked at the studio for the first time, and I think we can make it work here.
Yeah,
It's going to be weird that we have 2 studios every day.
Yeah, a lot of people are asking why that was, and so am I. I don't know. I think the people at Free FM a little nervous that in the atmosphere over there at XM, we might be tempted. We may be tempted to throw out some of those bad words or get into some radio that maybe isn't appropriate. So they decided that here would be better and safer.
Who are you kidding? It's egos, and we now have 2 girlfriends. And we got to make both girlfriends happy. How the hell do you make that happen?
While you're banging one, you keep telling them the other one's fat.
That's pretty much it.
See, neither side want to accept that, so we're the ones that suffer. All right, we'll do a separate show for the Free FM stations, and then we'll do our show on XM as well.
Yeah.
Instead of just making it real easy for the main guys involved here, Opie and Anthony, where it's 1 studio, and figure it out from there. No, we have to do 3 here,
and then go jogging.
Yeah, then pack everything up and be on the air, to continue our show after it ends here. 5 minutes later. Like we say goodbye to the Free FM audience, go, hey, see you later. And within 5 minutes, we're continuing the show on XM Satellite Radio.
Yeah. Yeah, because the XM listeners get to hear the whole thing from 6 a.m. on until noon, whatever it is. But yeah, we leave here at 9. I'm trying to remember. 9? What?
Just before 9.
Yeah.
And then on the air at XM at 9.
Yeah. And I believe the XM audience gets us pre-dump.
Yes.
So if somebody does slip up, and the button has to be hit, you'll get to hear it.
Well, we should
goody for you.
We should talk about the cities we're in.
Yeah.
Obviously, we're broadcasting from New York.
The flagship station.
We get to say hi to the old fans at WYSP in Philadelphia.
Philly, how the hell have you been?
And they're really pissed off at us in Philly.
What did we do?
We haven't visited them since we started on XM. So.
Well, apparently you have.
Huh?
Apparently you have.
Well, yeah. I'm in Philly all the time. Not doing radio, though.
Opie's got a special fan in Philly.
So we got to say hi to everyone listening to us on WYSP. It's been a long time.
Yeah.
And there's been a bunch of radio shows down there that have had a lot of fun because we haven't been around.
Yep.
A lot of fun.
We got beat up. We did. We got beat up for a few years where we were off the air. And then when we first got on satellite, we were being beat up. A lot of people, a lot of jocks making a lot of fun of us, Opie.
And we've been keeping notes, trust me.
Yes.
And it's going to get ugly right away.
It's called Slow Sicilian Revenge. Look how long this took.
They had, one show had a Opie and Anthony convert line.
Yeah.
They're not around, so you might as well listen to us type. Oh, trust me, we got all the notes, and we're ready to rock and roll.
Yes.
It's going to get really interesting.
My friend.
So a big hi to everyone listening on WYSP in Philly. Philly's been great to us over the years, and we couldn't be happier that we're back on in Philly.
And we'll absolutely drop in on Philly. Do a show from there. Yeah.
Sooner than later. And then, of course, we have to say hi to Boston once again.
Boston, 3rd time's a charm. Hopefully we don't screw this up, and you'll have it. This is our 3rd time back into Boston. We've been fired both other times.
We're known as the herky-jerky radio show in Boston.
Yeah. We do radio. People enjoy it. And then they escort us to Connecticut and tell us never to come back.
Yeah, so this is the 3rd time we start up in Boston, and the 2nd time on WBCN.
Yeah.
So
hello, welcome back.
Hello to Boston.
To the show.
And I was reading all the press because this just blew up, obviously, and Mayor Menino has no comment.
On what? Anything?
Has no comment.
Opie and Anthony said I was dead.
By the way, still, I go on the record, that was Opie's idea.
What idea?
April Fool's.
Well, yeah.
April Fool's, 1957, was it? When?
1998?
The hell was that? Yeah, 98.
That was a great idea.
Opie calls up and says, I got a good idea for April Fool's. All the radio guys do these wacky, goofy April Fool's jokes, and they all stink, and everyone knows them. And it's the goofy like morning zoo type thing to do. He goes, let's just go on and say the mayor of Boston's dead. And I'm half asleep, so I said, sure, it sounds like a great idea. We get to the studio, and it slowly starts, Opie, we're getting some news in. Perhaps this is true. We'll tell you about it after this. And we get back and slowly got into the details of how the Mayor Menino, had perished in a car wreck in Florida. Everyone... Great.
That's terrific. That's terrific.
Everyone thought it was great, except the mayor, who called up and wanted us removed from the airwaves and started threatening about pulling permits for the station. And the station, in all their courage, booted us out the door.
Yeah.
We were gone. And that brought us to New York, which was great. We went to a WNEW. It was a classic rock station, and welcomed with open arms by the classic jocks there, who used to hang up faxes that said, "You suck, get thee out of here." They couldn't stand us. They one by one left. We had a great run at NEW until, of course, the St. Pat's incident.
The Sex for Sam thing.
And
that every single article has to mention.
Now it could be, fast forward 10 years. Opie and Anthony accidentally stumbled on the cure for AIDS. You might remember the St. Pat's incident. but we cured the AIDS. Why you keep bringing it up?
Can't you drop that from the articles?
It'll never be dropped. I'm fine with it. It's like Leonard Nimoy will always be Spock. We'll always have that.
Whenever you do something silly, they won't let it go. It's like
silly.
Every time you talk to OJ, it's like he's the guy who almost decapitated his wife.
Right. Can't you just leave that alone?
Can't you
what about my career, the Heisman Trophy?
The Naked Gun films.
So yeah, that's how we feel about that whole situation. It never seems to go away. It's on all the news clips. But I don't think a lot of people know this. On our XM show a few months back, we had Bill Donahue on, who was the head of the Catholic League. He was the one that really spearheaded the get Opie and Anthony off of NEW and have Infinity Broadcasting at the time rid them of Opie and Anthony. He spearheaded the whole thing, felt it was a desecration of the church, and he's a defender of the faith and everything. And we were summarily removed from our jobs.
Right.
When we got a job at XM a few months back, we read an article about Bill Donahue that seemed very hypocritical, and we wanted to have him on the air and question him about it. We got him on and spoke with him, and everyone expected it was going to be claws out, just beating the crap out of each other. And he had some valid points, as did we. We actually got along on the air. We don't agree, believe me, on a lot of things. But he does what he does. When he sees something happening, he feels his job is to defend the faith. And when he feels somebody is desecrating his faith, he comes in. That's what he does. Whether you agree or not is one thing, but that's his job. And we discussed that. We discussed what happened. Had a great time with him. And he's, as far as Catholics go, forgive and forget.
And at one point, we were talking about having a beer with the guy.
Yeah.
Can you imagine?
Throw a few back with him.
Yeah.
Well, why not?
Well, he released a statement that was just unbelievable, and we want to thank Bill Donahue for allowing us a second chance, because he could get some crap done if he really wanted to.
Yeah, he could have made things difficult. He could have held a grudge, much like Opie does. But he comes off like a real good guy, and wrote a whole press release about us starting anew here on CBS Radio on Free FM, and it was very cool of him.
Yeah, and then you talked to him personally, right?
I felt I should call him up.
Actually, here's the statement.
Make sure it's the one from 2006 and not the one from 2000.
April 20th, 2006. Excuse me. Catholic League President Bill Donahue commented today on news reports about a pending move by CBS Radio to hire radio talk show hosts Opie and Anthony. This is Bill Donahue now. After I lashed out against Opie and Anthony for providing an on-air account of a sexual stunt in St. Patrick's Cathedral in 2002, they were fired by Infinity Broadcasting, the CBS radio outlet. Once they were dumped, I withdrew the complaint that I had filed with the FCC and asked the FCC to drop its investigation. On August 5th, 2004, I issued a news release about the decision of XM Satellite Radio to pick up the duo beginning October 4th. At that time, I said, we wish Opie and Anthony well and trust they have learned their lesson. Now CBS Radio is set to bring them back on its free FM outlets. It continues. To those who say you can't go home again, I say nonsense. In the year and a half that Opie and Anthony have been on XM Satellite, not a single complaint has reached our office about anything they've said. Indeed, when the two shock jocks were picked up by XM, their producer called one morning and asked if I would go on the air with them. Though I had some reservations, I said yes and was immediately put through. They made it clear that they regretted the St. Patrick's stunt. We mixed it up for a bit and had a great time. In short, the Catholic League hopes Opie and Anthony have a great run on CBS Radio.
Hey, how about that?
Look at that.
I call him Billy now.
Good old Billy.
Billy.
So we want to say hi to Boston. And I guess what I was trying to say when I was reading all these news reports, Mayor Menino has no comment on our return to Boston.
No, they asked him
Bill
about
Donahue is willing to forgive. The mayor of Boston, not too sure still.
That's what I love about being a Catholic. You do something, you make peace with certain people, everything's cool. You're cool in the eyes again.
Yeah, because Howard was going off on this whole thing. And, like, you know, they should never be forgiven, blah, 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 blasphemy and all
Blasphemy.
that. And it's like, do you know the Catholic faith? You have to forgive.
It's forgive.
You have to forgive.
There's, you repent, and then there's forgiveness. That's how it works.
Right. So, there you go. WBCN in Boston. We couldn't be happier to be back on in Boston on Free FM. Also, we're on in Dallas. We had a nice run in Dallas. Had a lot of fun with Dallas.
You visited Dallas a couple of times.
Many times, yeah.
Yeah, Jimmy's played there.
The fans down in Dallas are ridiculous.
Yeah.
With one difference. They all carry guns. They all have cowboy hats. And all their women have, are you allowed to say? I don't know what we're allowed to say yet.
Big boobies?
They're enhanced. The women down there are enhanced.
Yeah.
Every single one of them. But they all carry guns, which is, I don't know if that's a good combination. O&A fans and guns. I'm not really sure.
I like it.
But
get rid of the
I love Dallas. I fooled around with a 5 in the bathroom of the Improv at Dallas in between shows. Maybe a 5, 5.5.
Really?
Yeah.
That means it was a 4, 4.5.
Yeah.
And to Jimmy, that's a 10, by the way.
Yeah, 5
on that curve, that grading curve that you need.
A free 5 is a 9.
To Jimmy, that's a good night, right?
Yeah, it's fantastic.
So we're on KLLI in Dallas, and we're looking forward to the Dallas fans being a part of this radio show. And then we got Cleveland again, Anthony. Wow, good old Cleveland is back with us.
We were doing very well in Cleveland when we were yanked.
I think we had like an 80 share, some ridiculous rating in Cleveland. So we're on WXRK in Cleveland. So hi to Cleveland. And then 2 cities we were never on.
Those could be trouble.
Those are the people that will be calling us and telling us how much we suck.
Now there's the difference. You get on satellite radio, and for the most part, people will like you because they're paying. This is stuff they want to hear. If they don't, there's plenty of other options. So we really didn't get many calls saying, you guys suck, get off, shut up, play the music, all that fun stuff.
Oh, you mean like this guy right here?
Oh, you found one.
There's a couple. Dave in New Jersey. Dave, what's up?
You guys suck, get off. No, I'm just kidding.
I don't think
I'm
he's
a
serious.
All right, thank you, Dave.
Thanks, mister.
You ass? Can you say ass?
Of course.
So.
I don't know. We're gonna
in the proper context.
We're going to be meeting with a lot of lawyers in the coming days.
Oh yeah.
So we got
at least that's fun though.
So we got to say hi to Pittsburgh. By the way, Pittsburgh is hearing us probably for the first time. This is us just hanging. You know, checking out the studio, making sure everything works, making our official announcement. We're not really doing anything. Hopefully you get a few laughs out of this, but we start anew on Wednesday, okay? Yeah. Wednesday at 6 a.m. we'll be on all these stations and hopefully entertaining you. So it's WRKZ in Pittsburgh. And then finally, this is a weird one. I don't really get this, but we got to say hi to West Palm Beach.
Nice.
West Palm Beach. I don't know anything about West Palm Beach.
That's kind of our demo. It's a bunch of Jews over 70, which is kind of what we've been looking to link up with.
Doesn't seem like the best fit, but...
Yeah.
But wait a minute.
What?
We have been looking for a warm place to broadcast during the winter months.
Good point.
I think we found it.
So we'll say hi to West Palm Beach as well, WPBZ. And those are the stations that we add today to the O&A virus.
It spreads. This is what it is. It's a virus. You listen. Now, a lot of people at first go, what? What?
They're going to say, I don't really...
This is not what I'm used to. I don't really like the way they even sound. I don't like these guys.
But then the next morning, you're like, I guess I got to try it again.
Somehow you stumble back on us.
Right.
And then maybe even call. You might call and say, I hate you guys. But it's a virus.
Right.
You've already inhaled a spore or a bacteria, and then it grows on you. That's why we've called it the virus. And before you know it, you still hate us, but you're listening every day. Or you love us. That's it.
That's
the way the show works.
We should have Club Soda Kenny officially welcome us.
Oh, God.
To this new venture.
Kenny.
Hello, everyone.
Do you remember being in the studio, by the way?
No, I was never in this particular studio.
Were you on Madison?
Yeah. We used to stay at the Four Seasons, walk around the corner.
The Four Seasons.
Yeah.
That's where I would stay.
Yeah.
I can't stay there no more.
Yeah, because
it costs too much money. Oh!
Calm down, Andrew Dice Gay.
Hey, you don't tell me, Andrew Dice Gay, to calm down.
No, you're right.
You used to be a flunky.
I'm out of line. I apologize.
And why don't you tell some dirty jokes and get kicked off? Huh?
No, I'm gonna be good. Like you guys, I've learned my lesson.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
But today...
Hey, you never know. In 4 years, you might be police commissioner. Anything can happen. See?
We'll see.
Hey, what was Howard's slogan when he went to satellite? I'm trying to remember. Something about...
please, everyone, come with me. Something like that.
What was it about...
We will be nice, by the way, to Howard, because since 90% of the listeners didn't go, if he has any messages or anything he wants to tell his former audience, we'd be happy to broadcast it here.
He's going to have a nervous breakdown. He's going to have a nervous breakdown. Everyone knows we've been going at it with him for years.
Yeah.
But here's an interesting twist in the whole battle. We get to talk to his listeners every single morning, and he can't talk to ours.
That does suck.
And as a radio guy, that will drive him nuts.
Drove us crazy. I remember getting the boot and hearing people just... I mean, when a grease man is on the news going off about us, about how, well, they'll never see a microphone again. What a noodle. They're gone. At least I have a job. Those two will never again broadcast from... Shut up.
Shut up.
Kreskin. Great job of predicting the future there. Look where we are now. Look where we are. And what's he doing? He's doing what amounts to a 2-hour infomercial where he's got to go out and sell his own commercial time. Wonderful, Grease Manelli. I'll tell you about when I was a police officer after this word from Kentucky Fried Chicken. Water noodle, bone dry. There were so many of them. God, the list.
So many radio guys had fun with our demise. And they continue to spin it. This is we'll get back to you in a second, Kenny.
Oh,
and
thanks.
they continue to spin why we're failures.
Yeah, no matter what we do, they continue to say why it's a failing thing to do.
So they'll spin this now.
I don't know how that works.
I actually read a post somewhere that they said, see, this proves they were failing on XM satellite radio.
Yeah.
That, not enough people were coming aboard, so now this is what XM was forced to do.
Yeah.
If I may, I beg to differ. Today is a very happy and exciting...
Hold on. Hold on.
He is like that big, sweaty, dirty hand on the old train brake. Sparks flying out of the show as it comes to a screeching halt.
What was
ass?
But really,
Thank
what was
you.
Howard's thing? Let freedom ring and... What?
Oh, what, did you write it, Steve?
Wait, Steve.
You said it with such gusto.
Yeah.
Another
to the mic,
perfectly
stupid.
enunciating idiot.
Sorry. It was the slogan that's on the billboards is "Let freedom ring and let it be rung by a stripper."
Yeah, man.
Well, let's let the radio revolution be rung by a retard. Club Soda Kenny, everyone.
All right, people, pay attention.
Oh.
It's O&A all the way. That's what I say.
That is the worst slogan ever. Ever.
I'm tempted to turn the radio off after hearing that.
All right, it's a new beginning.
I just turned my mic off. I'm walking out of here.
Ugh. Yeah.
It's a new beginning.
You've had a lot of time to work on the slogan. That's the best one you could come up with?
Yeah, but you know I'm big and stupid.
Yeah, we do know that.
All right,
That's what I say.
Anyway,
Yes.
but a lot of these radio guys had fun with our demise, and then they just continue to spin how we're just utter failures. Every time the O&A virus gets a little bigger and better, there's someone out there spinning how it just proves that we are just the worst broadcasters in radio.
Yeah.
Well, not the worst. The handsomeness, the most talented, the most coordinated, the funniest.
Coordinated. Juggle.
No,
that important on the radio?
I don't know. I'm going through my adjectives.
Very good.
But I want to congratulate you. This is very momentous.
Thank you.
And best of luck to everyone. God bless.
All right.
Thank you, Club Soda Kenny.
And we should announce, because there's a lot of announcements to be made in the next couple of days. Club Soda Kenny is now working for us full time.
Part of the staff. Part of the staff.
I don't know if that's a good move, but it's official. Club Soda Kenny joins the Opie and Anthony program.
Right. And
What is your job title, by the way?
The big part is important. The stupid part is a detriment. But he's so big that it kind of works out. He's our guy.
My job title is slave.
I like it.
That's it.
Was that even supposed to be funny or anything? Because you failed miserably.
I thought it was kind of amusing. I enjoyed that.
Horrible.
I'm in voluntary servitude.
He puts those headphones on and walks up to a mic. I just phase out.
Starts doing surf humor. It's the cast, is it?
I just start cringing when he walks up to a microphone. We should get Eric Logan on the air. Is Joel Hollander here?
So many people were responsible for this, and it went together so easily.
It is,
Every night, I just knew this was happening.
it is a bizarre marriage. This is like War of the Roses.
You know what it is?
The early years before it got bad.
It's trying to hold together a threesome.
Wow. What's up?
I'm just wondering if Eric and his zoot suit are going to come over here.
Hear that? Let me tell you something, kid. I think you're going to go far. That's a very nice suit. It's pinstripes.
Nice.
I like it.
Here, get on mic. You used to do radio.
I don't have a mic.
It's
I don't have a mic. There's 8,000 microphones in this studio.
See, we're putting on. I don't know how to turn that mic on yet. You kidding me? How do we turn that mic on?
I don't know.
Yeah, sit down over there, honey. Sit on the couch, baby. Yeah, you're hot.
How do we turn that microphone on?
Is it on?
Oh, that's funny.
Let's take off Eric's pants and throw baloney at his ass.
Easy now.
This is, I got to say, this is really bizarre because we now have officially two bosses. They're both in studio at the same time, also known as the two girlfriends that we got to make happy.
Yeah.
I like Eric's shirt.
We got Joel Hollander,
Like my tie, Joel?
I love it.
who runs the radio division for CBS, and then we got Eric Logan, who runs, I don't know, pretty much everything at XM.
It's so hard to keep track of the people that have fired, the people that are here, that have...
Yeah, did you fire Eric Logan?
No, Eric was leaving for XM the day that I was walking in. And I actually tried to convince Eric to stay.
That's right.
Oh,
Sure did.
That's a
oh
true
really?
story.
Joel and I had a very private conversation, and just as we walked up the street,
That's a true story.
it's a very true story.
Brokeback Radio. The story you'll never hear.
You know, I have to thank before anybody you, Panero, who was very instrumental.
The CEO of XM Satellite Radio.
Who was very instrumental in getting this done, along with our lawyers at LSL and Rebecca, and everybody really did a monumental job over the last 4
What about Super Agent Bob Eatman?
Bob Eatman.
It wouldn't have happened without Bob.
Yeah.
So, all you radio guys out there, Bob's available. How's that for a plug, Bob?
He's fielding calls right now.
Yeah,
He takes everybody that screws up. Everyone that screws up, he takes them. He's like somebody that takes those stocks that kind of go down because the company had a problem, but they know there's an upside eventually down the road.
Yeah.
That's Bob. He can do that.
You guys were a cheap date at the Ritz-Carlton. All you had was nuts and Diet Cokes.
We were a little nervous.
We were nervous.
We were a little nervous.
We were a little nervous. It's like, okay, today's our meeting with Joel.
And he couldn't understand why we weren't excited because this deal, took a lot of
huge.
It took a lot of strange turns.
Yeah.
So we didn't want to believe it until it actually happened. And Joel's like, "Aren't you excited?" And we were just kind of in shock, I guess, that it was all going down.
How many of these phone calls do we need? Hi, Anthony. It's Bob Eatman. It's on. It's a go. This is a definite thing. You'll be signing tomorrow. Bob, that's great. All right, call me later with any more updates. Anthony. Yeah, it's Bob. It's done. There's no deal. This isn't happening. Oh, great, Bob. Thanks for the emotional roller coaster. That happened about 8 to 10 times.
Easily.
But what about, Anthony, what about when you called me that Saturday? I have never heard you. I mean, you
never heard me on the phone because I never called you.
You never called. But then it's like I'm at my house. I don't. Opie calls me 8 times a day. You never call. It's a Saturday night. I'm watching a movie, right? And it's like Anthony, and I'm like, what is this? So I take the call, and you just go. You are so far off the reservation.
I was actually in a cheerleader uniform trying to get you pumped up.
I can tell you, after today, you're not hearing from me or Hugh or Moonves. You don't want to go up to Moonves' office again. How weird was that?
That was a little weird because we'd been up there before.
Right, not in different circles.
Yeah.
And it wasn't under good terms.
Got to thank Les, though. He was great. We went up there.
Was awesome to us.
Les Moonves, thanks, man. What an opportunity.
And by the way, I got a really good look at his face. No Botox.
Who's saying that?
There was a guy that was saying there's a lot of Botox on that face. I studied the face.
By the way,
for myself.
You just made more money in your next contract.
Really?
Absolutely.
Ooh. All right.
And you're a very handsome man too. The whole CBS upper echelon, beautiful.
Can't bring in the tent. Bring in the tent. But we're so happy to be here, Joel. We can't believe this is going on. It's a little strange to look at both bosses at the same time.
Yeah.
But we're very excited.
This really is, it's a landmark deal. There's a convergence of all media going on. The people that listen to you on XM can listen to you on CBS. If people listen on CBS, they want to buy XM. We're all one big happy family.
It's about the content.
Today.
That's what I said. Everyone is on the same page today.
And it's not even the first show, technically. That's the good.
No, the first show was Wednesday.
We still got time to be off the same page by Wednesday.
This is the shakedown.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
But look how loving and happy everybody is.
So, Joel, any advice?
Get me ratings.
All right.
Period.
We can do that.
That's
it.
That's it.
Well, I think the meeting with the lawyers will add in some more things like that. But you're concerned with other ratings.
Absolutely. Well, Lerman's your best friend.
Yes.
And we haven't cursed yet.
I know.
I came close. I let out a... That was it.
Chisano's got a really quick finger.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So I've heard. Yeah.
Well, it's interesting because, the satellite audience is trying to get used to this as well. And we've been saying for a long time, most of our show could be on regular radio.
Yeah, the conversations we've had, the content itself is totally safe. When we have people like Patrice O'Neill, comedian Patrice O'Neill, and he's got to throw in foul language every 2 seconds, and it makes me curse.
Yeah.
And everyone else we throw around curses like you would, at a bar.
Not like immediately you're blaming the black guy.
Patrice O'Neill. What a filthy mouth.
Are you still allowed to blame the black guy, or is that against the FCC, too?
we have no doubt that you're going to do a great show for terrestrial radio and continue to do great shows, for XM. That's just not even an issue. Everybody always plays up the 2 minutes of sensationalism and forget about the other 2 hours and 58 minutes of content.
It was always the attention getters that would get us in a little bit of trouble. Right. They were supposed to be attention getters, the bits that people would give us the label shock jock for. Right. Those were the things that got in the news, got our name out there, and especially at the beginning when we first came to New York, we really had to do things to get a name for ourselves. But then, the rest of that time was spent having to put on a show for people that they were going to listen to, that they wanted to hear.
I think it's a really good idea to get your band to go up the street or something, because we can figure out a way to sponsor that.
You can sell it.
Everything can be sold.
You're listening?
Oh, back to sales meetings.
There you go.
Back to Lisa Orban.
Well, yeah.
Every 10 minutes.
For those of you familiar with the old show,
Lisa's back.
She met us at the elevator.
Hi, guys.
She was the first person that met us downstairs at the elevator.
Wait. This is going to be great to sell you guys.
Eric, any advice?
Have fun. Same thing. Just do your same show. Do the same show you've been doing. Do the same show you've been doing.
With all the
Eric, not on my air.
See? Do the same show we've been doing, but leave the wiffle bat back at the XM studios.
Just keep that up the street.
We understand.
No, look, I mean, listen, everybody's talked and made an issue about how O&A have failed. And all I can say is that I wish that I and anybody in business could have failure to the degrees that you guys are having right now. So you guys deserve every bit of this. You've worked so hard. And a lot of people don't know how this show has changed. I think for me as a fan, the greatest part is going to have the people who remember the show hear the show as it's grown over the last year and a half. It's a totally different show. It's a great show.
And FMQB will quote that, but only Opie and Anthony failure.
Failure, that's right.
That's all they'll get out of you.
Upwards failure. I love it. So
there you have it.
Yeah. Wow, we got some big cameras in here now, too.
Thanks a lot. And
Thanks,
good
Joel.
luck.
Good luck, guys.
Thank you, Joel.
All right. Thank you.
What a great opportunity.
It's a dream come true for all of us, for Jimmy Norton and Anthony and myself. It's a dream come true.
You know, for people that think things just are impossible, that will never, ever happen, I picture a little Al-Qaeda hummus stand starting up somewhere in this country and taking off.
That'll be a few more years.
A few more years, but you never know.
Yeah.
Look, we eat sushi. Look what they did to us in World War II. No one cares. A little time goes by, you see an opportunity for success, enemies become friends, and O&A always win in the end.
We've been saying that for years.
Somehow, some way,
we always win in the end. You know, another thing I want to bring up, a lot of people have been getting a hold of me and saying, how could you go back there after what they did to you? The players that did what they did to us are gone.
They're gone, yeah.
They're absolutely gone.
Mm-hmm.
Except for, no, just kidding.
Are there a couple?
Not really.
No, that's right. They are gone.
So it's we get to start anew, and we couldn't be happier. You want to get Super Agent Bob Eatman on the...
Oh, why not? He was so instrumental in this.
God, if they haven't turned their radios off yet, they will now.
Get ready to get excited.
Thanks for that introduction. I appreciate that.
Well, you're not helping.
It's like melatonin coming through your speakers.
Bob, any advice for us?
Don't blow it.
Don't blow it?
Yeah, that's what he's been telling us on the phone, at meetings, during dinner.
He's just relieved that he's not going to get any phone calls in the near future from me, of me yelling at him.
Yeah. Bob.
Because this is a very happy time. There's no reason to yell now.
You got at least a week, Bob.
Yeah, that's what I figure. At least a week, maybe two.
Bob, here's Opie's next phone call to Bob.
What the hell did we get ourselves into? Jesus. They're all over me.
I told you, Opie.
Well, after your training sessions, and after reading the manual on indecency, you guys should be really primed and ready to go.
Here it comes. From Bob Xanax. That's his last name, really. It's a coincidence.
Bob is the last thing William Holden saw before he hit his head on a coffee table.
And he did it on purpose.
All right, Bob. Thank you so much.
We love Super Agent Bob Eatman. If you've screwed up in radio, call him. He'll take anybody.
We just don't love him on the radio. Super Agent Bob Eatman, everyone.
He worked tirelessly.
All right, let's say hi to Victor in Franklin Square. Victor, what's up?
Hey, all right. Welcome back, and a big you suck.
Ah, the old you suck. Remember that?
Yeah, I want to be the first one to say it. 2 exciting things have happened in my life in the past 2 years. I got divorced, and you guys are back.
Oh, thank you, Vic.
Good news on both fronts. How'd you do in the divorce, sir?
She got everything, but I got my life back.
Yeah, that's one way to rationalize it. Ugh. That's great.
And I left with my balls.
And Victor, this is the first time you're listening to us in 4 years?
What's that?
Is this the first time you're listening to us in 4 years?
Yeah, I stay to terrestrial radio. I'm not going to go into the ethosphere.
That's okay. Victor, a cheap bastard from Franklin Square. That's fine.
All right, Victor, thanks.
Take it easy, guys. Good luck.
It's good to be back. For the people that haven't heard us in 4 years, that's kind of crazy to us. But hey, Vic, Jersey, what's up?
Hey, Opie Anthony, you guys suck. Howard Stern rules.
Yeah. Why aren't you listening to him?
What happened?
Why aren't you?
I heard you guys are back on. I wanted to call and make fun of you.
Oh, okay, go ahead.
Oh, I just want to tell you guys suck, and you guys are big sellouts. You guys talk about Howard Stern all the time.
Hey, we bought in, my friend. We didn't sell out.
Hey, Vic.
Oh, you guys suck.
Hey, Vic.
You'll never be as big as Howard.
No.
Well, we're pretty big, though, and we're very happy
Now, how
with that.
tall are you, Opie? He is a tall guy.
Not as tall as him, but I'm up there.
We do have big ego to fill. Shoes
to
Vic, fill here.
Anything else?
No, that's it. Just want to tell you suck.
All right.
Good job.
And was that supposed to get to us?
Could you give us a Baba Booey?
Whatever.
Just hop back into your DeLorean and go back to 1995 when that might have been relevant, sir.
Just keep listening, stupid.
All right, let's say hi to Jack in Brooklyn. Jack, what's going on?
Hello, guys.
Hey, Jack.
Hi.
To hear you back, and I have a question. ONA.
We love your Yo Mama show that you do on MTV, sir.
ONA. Will you have in your programs guys like Spaz or Black Earl or anyone we known from the 4 years ago?
From years ago? We've had some characters from the past.
And we got a whole bunch of new characters.
Yeah.
And the next question is, will you have a welcome back party for the New Yorkers who really missed you guys?
Yeah, we're going to have to do a whole nother tour. We're going to have to hit all the cities again. Yeah, we'll have details on that in the coming weeks.
Yeah, once we get here and get comfy.
Thank you, and good luck to you guys.
All right, thank you, Jack. Let's say hi to, what's your name, Colum?
Yeah, it's Colum. Listen, I loved you guys. I've been a very heavy part of the virus spreader on the web. I am so glad you guys are back on the air.
And
I almost in my pants when you got back.
Is this the first time you're hearing us in 4 years?
Unless it was on my iPod, yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
That is so weird.
That saved us for 2 years.
By the way, I must do this because this is what I do to most of the important shows on this station.
Okay.
All your bass are belong to us.
Jeez, dude, how old is that?
All your what?
All your bass are belong to us. Some internet thing from
94.
94, is it? I know.
94.
Jeez,
All
dude.
right. Thank you. Let's go up to Boston, say hi to Tom.
His porno scrolls down real slow.
Hey, Tom.
Little Jimmy Norton, what's up?
Hi, mister.
I cannot believe you guys are back on.
Neither can we.
It's the first time here in 4 years.
This is the first time you're hearing us in 4 years. That is so weird to us.
Since the whole St. Patrick's or whatever the hell the church was.
Could you speak up a little bit?
I don't have to hung and dry. I don't have to listen to Hillman anymore, this stupid AF.
Jeez, here we
This
go.
is the best day ever.
Oh, it's going to get ugly on so many fronts.
I don't even remember half of this stuff, and then, boy, it comes back so quickly.
We have a lot of explaining to do. Go ahead.
In chat rooms, I'm Tinkle Drinker, and no one gets it because no one remembers Jimmy Norton.
All right.
Yellow treats, baby.
All right, thank you, Tom.
Thanks for encouraging words.
We have a lot of explaining to do to the satellite, radio audience, and what this deal does is make the show immediately a lot better.
Yeah.
Because of the stuff we're going to get into now.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we got guys in these cities that have been trashing us for the last 4 years. It's just going to get really, really fun.
People that don't like us on the phones. When we put out the word that we need people for certain events, like we were doing American Mess, which was good. And we got a few people. We wound up getting Opie from that, if you remember, and some real distorted-looking freaks. But it just opens up the potential to bring in people for events. Things like what we did the 55-gallon drum challenge, and it was so easy to get that amount of girls when you're on terrestrial radio. So that's going to make the show more gooder.
All right, let's say hi to some guy named Dugout Doug, it looks like.
Dugout Doug?
What are we doing?
You sure that's his name?
Dugout
Doug.
Dugout Doug. What a strange name.
It's an interesting name, but let's go with it.
Yeah, first-time caller. We might want to explain to all the new listeners in New York that since the XM era came around, we all use our faggot message board names when we call in.
Yeah.
Well, you're being honest.
Yeah, usually it's like, Jason from New Jersey, Billy from the Bronx, things like that. You won't hear old gravy leg on the regular terrestrial free FM calls.
Let's go to John and Patchogue. John, what's going on?
Yo, boys, welcome back.
Hey, thanks, John.
Thank you, sir.
I want to tell you guys, I still can't eat clam chowder.
Yeah, that was Boston, wasn't it?
Yeah, we should bring that lovely contest back.
See, these are things we'll be able to do.
You want to explain? Because we are on for the first time in Pittsburgh and West Palm Beach.
We had a fantastic clam chowder eating contest up there at BCN, and it was for Super Bowl tickets, was it?
Yeah, Super Bowl tickets. But this is how lame our show really is. I mean, we act like we're rock stars. We had Super Bowl tickets, but no way for the contestants to get there.
That's right. It was in New Orleans, I think.
Was it New Orleans?
It was somewhere that wasn't close.
It wasn't close, and we gave them away in Boston. And I think the Super Bowl was the next day.
Mm-hmm.
The next day. So we had this chowder eating contest, New England clam chowder eating contest.
Yeah, and it always ends in a vomiting contest, because that's pretty much what happened. There was people eating enough clam chowder where they couldn't take it. Blech. They lost it, and that wasn't good enough, was it?
No, because we found another pair of Super Bowl tickets.
Yeah, and what could be worse than having people eat clam chowder until they make sick in a bucket? Have somebody consume that. And that's exactly what happened. Some guy actually had to consume...
how many guys were in on the second part of the contest? Like 4 guys?
Yeah.
4 guys were in on the second part of the contest, and they're all sitting around with their little
spoons digging into a bucket of other people's sick. It's horrid.
Hey, are we allowed to do that these days?
I don't know. We'll know when we meet.
A lot of suits are walking out of that room as we discuss the clam chowder eating contest.
We meet with lawyers, and we'll pose all these questions.
All right, John?
Yo.
Is that it?
That's it, guys.
All right, thanks, sir.
Good luck, man.
Bye.
Anyone else hear this echo? Because we're in, like, a studio that they're just completely rebuilding.
Yeah, they've had to rip a lot of things out, I guess. And they're going to put up walls in the ceiling. I don't like it like this, though.
They had to rip out a lot of egos.
It's freezing in here, too.
Mike in Jersey. Mike?
Hey, what's up, guys?
Hey, Mike.
Look, guys, I'm happy as hell that you guys are on the radio, man. This station have a great lineup with JV after you, JV and Elvis. Oh, it's great.
You know, I was listening.
Truck all day.
All right, I was going to give JV and Elvis a plug there. I was listening to those guys the last few days. They do a good job.
Hey, are you guys going to bring the WOW thing back or what?
It never went away, sir. Never went away.
Hey, you still see the stickers all over the place.
I need to see it.
Right. As long as there are whores with low self-esteem, there's going to be WOW.
All right, guys. Good luck.
All right, thank you, sir. Let's go to Philly and say hi to Matt. Matt, what's going on?
Hey, what's happening, man? Welcome back, dude.
Hey, thanks, Matt.
Thank you.
My O&A groin rash has reappeared once again. The virus is active.
Yeah, see? You're starting to scratch. Yeah. It hits everybody.
Listen, are they tearing out all the self-portraits of our boy that was there before you? I don't know if I can say his name without being, cut off.
You can say whatever you want on our show. It's always been that way.
Well, it's good to have you back, man. Keep it up, and we knew you'd be back, dude.
I got to be honest, it's very strange to be broadcasting from Howard's old studio, but we got a nice huge window in here now, so we get some light in here. You hear the echo because they're still building the walls and the ceiling.
Yeah, every once in a while you can hear somebody hammering trying to rip out that self-portrait of David Lee Roth, you know?
Poor Dave.
And then you got the dunking booth over there where Than is screening phone calls.
Yeah, that is now the phone screening booth.
Hey, where's Jimmy?
I'm right here, sir.
Oh, hello, James.
Hi.
He's very excited about you, Jimmy.
Jim had a little run-in a Turnpike bathroom about 6 years ago. He probably doesn't want to talk about it.
Did it start with a little hole drilled in the side of the toilet stall and
Got it.
fella?
I remember you. I still owe you money. LOL. All right.
You left a bad taste in my mouth, Jim.
Thank you, sir.
All right, man.
Oh, God. Yeah, listen, one more thing.
No, you're not going to get us with that old gag.
Yeah. All right, there you go.
The hang-up gag.
Let's go to Mark in Jersey. Mark, what's going on?
Oh, and there, my boys are back. Holy crap, guys. I have been waiting for 4 years.
4 years.
Sweet revenge. I cannot wait.
You know, that's kind of pissing us off.
Yeah, you chiseler.
We've been doing radio for the last 18 months.
What you've missed.
Well, yeah, I know. Yeah, I can't shell out all the bucks for the XM, but...
There's a theme here. I guess we didn't have to work as hard as we did for the last 18 months.
Apparently not.
God.
I was going to tell you, fellas, the O&A Army...
It's the O&A virus. So actually
It's like a giant sleeper cell.
God, it's going to be weird to explain some stuff to old faithful listeners.
I know.
We have something now, Mark, called the O&A pests.
Yeah, not quite an army anymore. Now they're the pests.
All right.
And they are so annoying the word pest fits them. If there's any problems, the show has any problems with people, companies, anything, these pests go after them and don't let up.
It's something that we developed on our time off because we get fired so much and then no one fights back for us. We figured we got to start this whole new concept called the pests that look after us.
Mm-hmm.
They got our backs. And
but
they fight battles all over the internet that we don't even know about.
But there's a dangerous side to it because they can turn at any moment, and if they turn on us, we're done.
Like Willard's rats?
Yeah, that's what they are.
Eventually they're just going to chew our faces.
They will do our bidding.
Yeah.
But if they get a little bored or hungry, it's over.
They will destroy us.
Yeah.
The One Pest will destroy us eventually. All right, thank you, Mark. I appreciate it.
All right, fellas, well, behave. Give us at least a year before you do something silly.
Behave.
I think this time we might have learned our lesson.
Great.
Might have learned our lesson.
You know, day one at NEW seemed real safe, too. Just don't let us get too comfortable.
Let's go to the Bronx. Billy, what's up?
What's up, guys?
Hey, Billy.
How you doing?
Pretty good, man.
Listen, I got a great idea to celebrate your success back on the radio. Well, Celestial Radio.
Okay.
Bring back the Voya bus and piss off the new mayor.
Oh, great. There you go.
Can we do a few shows first?
How about a couple of shows where we just kind of talk about what's been going on? You know?
Okay. I'm just glad. I mean, I'm sorry I have the other system, but it wasn't because of the other person. It's just I like the other system better. So I'm glad you're back.
Wait, but this is the first time you're hearing us in 4 years?
Yeah.
Oh, how cool is this?
It's awesome. I love it. I sit in my truck all day at work and listen to you. I'm not going to get no work done now.
Right. Where do you keep the other system? In the bed of the truck?
I have to have it cranked now. I'm going to get in trouble now.
All right. Well, we're gonna settle in for a couple days and then we'll get into our show. I think one of the first things we should do is the mousetrap thing again.
Very cool, guys. Very cool.
All right.
Oh, Jesus.
That's all we'll say for now. The mousetrap thing. Let's go to Jason in Jersey. Jason, what's up?
Opie and Anthony, welcome back.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, my friend.
Norton, you make me sick.
Good.
Yeah.
And, hey, I just wanted to let you know, 3 rights make a last.
Now, don't you make fun. She is gone.
She's gone now?
Yeah.
First time in 4 years, sorry.
That's okay.
Yeah, we got a lot of stories to tell you.
Yeah.
Well, you can always cheer yourself up by going down to the store and getting a big bottle of clock.
They don't forget those bits, man.
They may have dumped out of that, even though he was saying caulk. C-A-U-L-K.
Caulk.
Let's go, Jimmy. Hey, Jimmy.
Hey, what are you doing, guys?
You're on the Opie and Anthony program. It's not really a program today. It's just a...
Now, this is our announcement day.
Yeah, this is just a how you doing.
Pretty good. Listen, I'm born and raised in Brooklyn, New York, 45 years old. Who's this Howard you speak of? I never heard of this before.
There you go.
What are you telling me? I was sleeping or something?
Well, a few people went over there and are listening to him.
You got to bring back the good stuff, like Ron and Fez. That's somebody you should bring to New York.
Well, they're our pals.
You know, Ron and Fez are on with us on XM.
Yeah.
I got a buddy over in New Jersey at Taste and Larry. He's got you guys. He pays for it, and once in a while he lets me in his office to hear. But,
once in a while. Can I come in the office?
When the garbage pail is full, he brings me in. I got to dump it out for him.
All right.
But now I got you in the morning, and hopefully in the weeks to come we'll find out about this Howard. I guess he used to work there or something.
Yeah, it's kind of weird.
All right, we get it.
Yeah, it's always good when you do a joke once, then to just kind of bring it back 30 seconds later. We're just refresh on the page.
It's like a bomb for a second time. Billy in Queens, what's up?
What's up, Owen? Hey, welcome back.
Thank you, Billy.
How you guys doing?
I didn't expect as many welcome back calls.
Mm-hmm. Welcome back, Carter, man. What do you expect?
Is this the first time you're hearing us in 4 years?
Listen, where's Joey Ramone, man? Where's the guy that fucking made Joey Ramone cry?
We might have to end this program.
Listen,
these phone calls are awful.
No, man, I want to bend them over the table and tell them, hello, fresh meat.
I'm right here, sir.
You're bombing horrifically, sir, by the way.
No, hold on. He's doing okay.
No, Jimmy, his call stinks.
Regularly.
No, guys, I didn't hear you say. What'd you say?
No, don't.
Get off Howard's tip and just do the announcement day regularly, like you always do. I love your show, but you got to get off his tip, bro.
Get off his
tip?
You know,
We've been doing about an hour of subpar radio, and we've mentioned him for maybe a total of 2 minutes.
And, sir, do you understand we're broadcasting from his studio?
Yeah, you got to acknowledge basic facts.
That when we worked for the same company, we were battling for years, that he came out and said that there was a gag order against us, and we only spoke about him for a few minutes during this whole time we've been on? Get off his tip.
Yeah, why don't you use a little bit more of an updated reference than get off his tip? Either that or listen to a Houdini record and put a gun in your mouth.
I say, scram, Buster.
Let's go to Brian in Pittsburgh. Brian, what's going on?
Told him.
Hey, guys, you actually inspired me to get into radio. I go to college for radio, and I've been with you guys for 18 months because I used to listen to you go on BCN in Boston. And I had XM, and I've been playing your bits for my buddies in my dorm room.
Yeah.
And they love all your bits, you know? I'm serious, guys. I played the bit about the clock, you know, the way they called the clock.
Yeah.
And they were laughing their heads off, and they were like, who are these guys? I was like, they're the coolest duo in radio ever. You got to get XM. But now that you're back on free airwaves, good luck to you all, and I hope you're successful.
All right. Thank you, Brian.
Thank you.
Sounds like you're going to be an amazing broadcaster.
Yeah.
Mushmouth idiot.
Let's go to Diamond.
Like how he just stops cold.
I played your stuff, and then, all right.
Let's go to Diamond Dave.
Yo, guys, do you agree or disagree? I suck.
Is this supposed to be an impression?
It's a bad impression, but what's BJ and Elvis going to do now after you? They're going to be off the air now, too, aren't they?
Why would they be off the air?
Because you guys are going to blow them out of their seat. They can't do two kinds of montages of the same at once. Come on now.
Montages of the same?
Yeah, they suck, and you guys are better. Come on. Really.
Everyone's got to take the "you suck" call.
I know. All right.
I'm sure they get the "we suck" call. They're going to get the "we suck" call, by the way.
No, they won't.
I listened to you know what it's going to be? Here's what it's going to be. Because this is our kind of just, you know, however long we want, our little introduction, our announcement that we're on. People are going to call up and go, yeah, I listened to them the other morning. They suck. But we're just saying hi, and, you know, this is how the show is going to work, and this isn't really the show.
See, the beauty is we could just keep saying we're not really doing a show.
It's time. 6 months from now. Yeah. You know, when we finally start doing a show, people, you're going to love it.
Right. Oh, yeah, we forgot to tell everybody. We got real lazy in the last 4 years.
Real lazy.
When do they realize this announcement is as good as it gets?
Boy, there's going to be a lot of disappointed faces in the next few weeks, huh? They're not going to be looking us in the eye anymore.
I thought they did something.
Right.
Didn't they used to do things?
God, we're 5 weeks into this, and they haven't even tried a bit yet. Let's go to Jim in Jersey. Jim, what's up?
Hey, guys, welcome back.
Thank you, Jim.
Hey there, Jim.
Hey, just think that right now Diamond Dave is probably giving mouth-to-mouth with someone. There's some ambulance.
We'll see. He's a nice fellow. He's a EMT.
You think he's back to his regular job or something?
I don't know.
You don't know?
I like David. I don't know him well, but I've hung out with him at the Comedy Cellar, and he's a nice guy. He just kind of talks a lot, and you kind of like laugh when he pauses and smiles, and I just laugh.
Name-dropping ass? Okay.
No, I don't know him. He knows
at
somebody
the Cellar?
I know. Well, yeah. It's not a name drop. It's a club I work at for $25 a set.
Oh, by the way, I have another announcement.
Uh-oh.
My brother has a fine restaurant.
All right. I'm looking at my watch. Not enough time has gone by to whore out anything yet.
Absolutely. What's next? Eatabullet.com?
Oh, no.
My brother has a fine restaurant because I know Tom Chiusano is going to make me pay for commercials for my own restaurant.
Yeah, Opie, in case you haven't realized...
Let's get all these free plugs out of the way immediately before we have to start paying for them.
They frown on that. And by the way, if this all ends and you decide to submit a bill to Opie for plugging the restaurant, I have nothing to do with it.
Absolutely not. You want to send me a bill? Go ahead. I'll be at the Orpheum May 12th with David Tell in Boston. Send the bill up there. See?
So we should get the plugs out of the way now, just because everyone's smiling. Like this,
and everyone's happy?
This is the day you get away with murder.
Yeah.
I know Tom Chiusano is going to go, look, I know you're a restaurant owner, but we're going to need a little bucks for that.
Yeah, see?
For the plugs.
Now you're going to have to pay for it.
So we have a really nice restaurant in Huntington.
Get it while the rates are cheap, when the ratings are low? Is that what you're trying to do?
It's F.H. Riley's, 400 New York Avenue, and I'm going to be hanging there all weekend long. How's that?
whorish, disgusting, deplorable? Why?
It's me and my two brothers. We have this restaurant. There you go. That'll be the only time I mention it without having to pay for the mention. Did that sound really bad?
How do you know?
Did that sound real bad?
I'm sure a bill's being written up right now.
Do you want?
I have to give you this.
Do you want to plug anything?
I don't plug anything. I never, ever plug anything. People I know call up and plug things.
Hey, Brad in Cleveland has a question. Brad?
Hey, buddies. I got actually 2 questions for you.
Yeah.
Why don't you give us your comment, Brad?
How about the commercials that are going to be played on CBS? Are they going to be simulcast on XM?
Ah, wow, what a very good question. Good question. A lot of people have been wondering about this. A lot of speculation on the message board.
2 separate entities.
Right.
When we go to commercial, XM will be doing some other things. Bonus material from our radio show.
Oh, okay.
And as far as going to commercials, they got to sell something first.
Right.
Have you noticed we've gone an hour and 15 minutes?
An hour 15 without a break.
Do you understand where we're starting?
You understand what we've gotten used to doing?
Do you really think Tom Chiusano would have said, yeah, you guys could talk for an hour and 15 minutes and just blow off the commercials?
Right.
The reality is there's no commercials yet. We start from zero. So I wouldn't worry about commercials anytime soon.
Think Diamond Dave was doing live reads for Chevy? I don't think so.
And what about Ron and Fez? What are they going to be moving to nights?
No.
Ron and Fez are actually going to be doing mornings for all the Clear Channel stations. We're going to go head-to-head. We hate them now. Things change at the drop of a hat here.
No, our pals will be just fine. They'll get bigger because of this as well.
All right, buddy.
All right?
And how about the noon drive time here in Cleveland?
I don't know. Traffic? What do you want?
I don't know. You guys, I guess they're playing you guys 3 to 6.
Yeah, being played in the afternoon because they have Rover does very well in the mornings there, so we're going to be on the same station.
Yeah, I guess Rover's kicking ass on the Cleveland station, so we're back in our old slot in afternoons. That's fine. We just want to be back in Cleveland, so we're very happy with that.
All right, buddies. Congrats.
All right, man. Let's go to West Palm Beach and say hi to Stan. Hey, we'll take a few more phone calls if people have actual questions instead of the old welcome back thing.
Hey, this is our first call from West Palm Beach.
Yeah, Stan, what's going on?
Dude, welcome back.
Thank you, Stan.
Back?
Yeah, well, I was a big fan. I used to live in Jersey. I moved down here. Listen, we're going to start the ONA Army here.
Wait, did you get the XM?
No.
You don't know.
How big of a fan were you?
Could someone give Elo a hanky? Because he's crying. Elo is crying somewhere. What? I thought we had them all. What happened? Why so many callers that didn't get it?
You'll have to run the pool filter.
Yeah, Elo has some. Elo has some explaining to do.
Yeah, Elo.
No, you guys, you're talking to millions of people. Pretty much 90% of your audience followed you to satellite radio.
We did some research, and everyone came over. Guys, welcome back.
Welcome back. It's
Get XM? No.
For the first time in 4 years. Elo,
Elo, comment.
Well, no. See, it's a national audience.
Ah,
you're getting all the people from like Iowa.
So instead of a lot of the Jersey, Boston, New York, Philly people calling, we get
your base.
People from Iowa.
Absolutely.
And a lot of truckers.
Montana. Nebraska. There you go.
Oklahoma.
Absolutely.
Okay.
All right. Hey, what's going on behind the scenes?
It's not indicative of this program.
Everybody right now, I'll tell you, everybody right now is trying to figure out how we're going to sync the two back up, when you're going to take your break, when you're going to get off. You got TV crews out there. You got calls coming in.
We got a couple TV crews?
Yeah, you got TV out there that wants to talk to you.
I got to tell you how refreshing it is.
We're trying to figure out, how we're going to throw it back down the street, how Free FM is going to sync back up, how we're going to do our spots. So it's, normal.
It's all good.
I think we have to just stay on the air 24 hours a day because they can't figure out how to sync it up.
They're going to hook IVs up to us.
Yeah.
I got to use a toilet.
We've got them connected. We just got to figure out how to unconnect it.
Hey, there you go. There's a private toilet right there.
Beautiful.
By the way, we're back to having a no crunching toilet. If you have to crunch, that is for number one, Jimmy. Because no, Jimmy's notorious, man. Notorious. This place will be a gas chamber if he opens the door after crunching.
So what's the word? People excited?
Yeah.
What emails go ahead. Sorry.
No, emails going off. It's good. It's great.
Yeah.
It's great.
What are they saying in the halls here?
Everybody's clamoring the halls. A lot of people running up and down the halls. Phone calls coming in. TV crews, reporters, PR people. We got Nathaniel from XM. You had Karen over from CBS. Everybody's trying to figure out But you guys are going to do it at 10:30.
Great having the press here and not being in trouble.
You notice what's going on here? Every time we mention CBS, we got to mention XM. We mention XM, we got to mention CBS.
Two chicks.
We got two bosses.
Yeah, but I'm the whore, remember?
Wait a minute, let's think about this.
All right, we got two chicks.
We got two girls.
One is a whore.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, you guys are the whore.
Yeah.
All right, you guys are the whores. You guys are actually prostitutes.
No kidding. You're the pimp. Who are you kidding?
All right.
My suit. Yeah, he's got the pimp suit on. You are the pimp.
Free FM is the John.
This mother.
And we're the whores. Oh, my God.
To all our listeners on satellite that are maybe bitching, email him.
Oh, don't do
one.
that.
You're the one that pimped us out.
I had Victor Soriano's already got me one here. Do you want to read? Here? Yeah, you want to read this one?
I had an easy life until this man in the pimp suit decided to pimp us out.
Right.
An actual email on Elo's BlackBerry.
Yeah, because I told you last night at dinner, all they do is email me.
Eric, I'm an XM listener for the last 18 months and counting. I am writing you to let you know that the deal that you and ONA have inked with Free FM is a disgrace. A few things I'm disgusted with.
There you go.
One, the ONA show was put out on its ass by the very company you're allowing them to get back into bed with.
Blah, blah, blah.
This is sweet, though. Sweet justice, man.
No, they just don't. He doesn't get it. Victor doesn't get it.
Out of the 6 to noon time slot, you've given Free FM the best part of the slot, the 6 to 9 hours, leaving the XM listeners listening to Milquetoast Radio on the morning drive. Milquetoast? No. The 9 to noon XM time slot is going to take a backseat in terms of show quality because of it has less listeners. So now, as XM listeners, we're paying for a show we can get for free.
No, what about the edgy stuff?
Yeah,
supported ONA for 18 months.
Are
getting screwed by this deal.
Is that they get so angry when they type, they make no sense at the end of the email.
That guy can go jump in a lake.
Oh, easy, Jimmy. Easy with the
language. Nothing's going to change on this show. Buzz off. There, that'll let him have it.
I hope the money everyone's getting is worth the deal.
Yeah, me too.
Because the price you're going to pay is pretty steep. Regards...
Ramo.
By the way, as a gay gentleman, I also... Kidding, of course.
That's my other email, sorry.
Kidding.
That's my other email.
Wow. That guy is angry.
Let's go to Mike in Jersey. Mike, what's up?
By the way, he's angry when we're doing the press release show.
Right.
He's already pissed that we're doing this.
Yeah.
Get a grip.
We have a bunch of good stuff for terrestrial radio. Remember the whole thing about like name your favorite ice cream? We're going to do a whole
name your favorite ice cream.
Crazy.
That's going to be a good one.
Yeah.
Come on. We're going to do a whole contest about the numbers on dollar bills, and if they match the ones we have here, you're a winner.
That's right.
Mike in Jersey, what's up?
Worry
Mike?
so much.
So you can go to HE double toothpicks.
No.
See.
Hey, Mike.
Dump out of the toothpicks.
What's happening, guys?
What's up, Mike?
And you guys cost me my marriage back then.
Why? What happened?
The whole St. Patty's thing?
Yeah.
That's a disagreement between my mother-in-law and my wife that it cost me my marriage.
Believe me, it's probably worth it.
Yeah, I'm telling you the truth. Welcome back.
So I guess we did you a favor, right?
Yeah, you definitely did me a favor. I got a big movie girl now, and we're doing good.
All right. Long as some good came out of it.
Thank you, Mike. Let's go to Eric. Eric, what's up? This is a bad call coming in.
Hello, Eric.
Eric.
Yeah. Listen,
Eric, you're on.
Yeah, listen, I'm about to shut the radio off because I'm waiting for JV and Elvis to come on. So you want to tell me what time to put it back on to listen to that?
All right. What time should he put it back on? I think tomorrow. I don't think they're on today.
Yeah, I think they
tomorrow
have the day off
at 10. Wait.
So they put...
Hold on, sir. We're trying to find out your information.
Tomorrow at 10 o'clock, you can turn the radio back on, sir.
So they put this crap on.
Yeah, I know.
JV and Elvis on for the day.
Yeah, we're not too happy about it either.
So let me ask you. Let's knock down the fourth wall. Did you really not know when they were on?
No, I know when they were on.
Then why did you ask a question you knew the answer to?
Because I turned the radio on at 10 to listen to them, and I got to hear you guys now.
Yes,
Eric, could you do me a favor? And I'm sincere on this. Are you listening?
Yeah, I'm listening.
Okay. In about 2 weeks or so, call back. Whether you've been listening or not, just call us back, okay? And say, I'm the Eric guy that asked when JV and Elvis are on.
All right.
Okay?
Well, What for?
Just
please
to do it. Please do it.
Just say, look, this is Eric the colostomy bag. We'll know who you are.
In about 2 weeks, okay?
Eric, you're going to become a fan, is what Anthony
You will.
said.
It just, we understand. No, we've seen this before.
Eric, don't fight it.
Eric, we've seen this.
Eric, don't fight it. You're going to become a fan.
No, I won't.
It's like one of those diseases on House. You can't avoid it.
We know you're going to be a fan. You know you're going to be a fan.
It just happens.
Just let it happen.
Just
relax. It's going to be okay.
You'll fall asleep next to the bean pod, wake up, and all of a sudden all is right with the world, and you're a fan.
Eric, don't fight it.
You guys are corny. I'm not fighting nothing.
Corny? My God, we're just telling you that we got a job here.
Yeah, I told that guy to jump in a lake. How edgy do you need it?
Eric?
Yeah.
Anything else?
That's about it.
10 o'clock tomorrow, tune in.
All right.
JV and Elvis.
Yeah, well.
But call us back, okay?
All right, let's go to Rob in the Hamptons. Rob, what's up?
Hey, guys, long-time listener. Even back in the days when I shelled out the $2 a month listening to you guys on X.
Wow.
All right.
Remember when they took that off and we were failures?
Yep.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Interesting question here that I have. Now that you guys are on 92.3, will you guys still be playing clips of Stern bitching about you guys on Free FM?
Interesting.
I believe we will.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Unless he's going to be a pussy and make us stop.
I predict he's going to be a pussy.
All right, well, then we'll make sure everyone out there knows. Yeah, we had a lot of fun playing his audio.
Yeah, I was wondering how you guys got away with that.
We had a great time showing everyone what a hypocrite the guy is, and we'll continue doing that as much as we can.
Awesome. That way he can listen to himself being goofed on his own station.
And,
his old station.
And we're going to have a segment on the new show where we allow the Howie fans to talk to Howie because they didn't go to satellite.
Yeah. We'll pass on the message.
Guys.
All right?
Thanks.
All right.
We're good guys.
We should probably get off the air, I guess. James in Rivington. James?
Yeah.
Hey.
What, am I here?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, great, man. I haven't heard you guys in 4 years, just like everyone else. Well, not like everyone else, but still.
Like all the cheapos.
Yeah.
That's what you're like.
Yeah, well, you know.
Say it like that.
I'm cheap. I'm poor. I have no problem.
This is polite day, trust me.
Oh, please.
This is polite day. This is just smile at everyone day. Anything else, James?
Yeah, I used to be a caller. What do you guys think of the Booker show?
I haven't heard it, actually.
You haven't heard yet?
Yeah, he does a good job.
I listen to Booker. Yeah.
I'm a huge fan
Booker.
of him, and now I'm going to be a huge. I was always a huge fan of you guys.
Right. Well, to be honest, it's in our contract that we have to get along with everybody.
Right.
Yeah.
It's a must.
I'm just kidding.
Doesn't mean you got to follow it.
All right, James. Thanks.
All right, see you guys.
All right,
Bye, James.
Why don't we announce what's going on again and get the hell out of here?
Mm-hmm.
We worked long enough today, an hour and a half.
Oof, I'm exhausted.
Let's go collect some money.
In order to sell out, you have to collect at some point.
Absolutely.
So we begin Wednesday.
Yes, Wednesday is our first real show. 6 a.m. Eastern Time is when we start. And then at 9 o'clock, we go over to XM.
Wait, E-Rock wants me to play something.
Oh, no.
He handed this to me.
E-Rock.
It has to be really important.
E-Rock, you are taking a big chance.
Eric knows what he's doing.
Eric,
good old E-Rock. Hey, are your parents listening to us on the West Palm station? 103.1. West Palm Beach station?
Your son's a nothing. He is useless and has been nothing but detrimental to this program.
That's right.
Since it started.
He should have wound up in somebody's socks.
He is... He is just a mayonnaise slurping idiot.
He's throwing his arms up like, come on, guys, I wanted to start over on Free FM.
Yeah, no kidding.
No.
Well, guess what, E-Rock? You handed over a CD that I can't queue up.
See? This is what I mean.
And we had such a great flow going with the program today.
E-Rock.
This
Eric,
is so great.
By the way, the CD doesn't work that you just handed. See, Eric. Here is a prime example. As the rest of the staff laughs at it, again, another error.
That didn't take long.
That didn't take long at all.
And
what happened, E-Rock?
Here, why don't you try it again?
What's on it?
Yeah, why don't you brush it on your jeans? That'll make it work.
Yeah. I bring nothing to the table.
Yeah.
What's that, E-Rock?
I bring nothing to the table.
Huh?
I bring nothing to the table.
Is this on?
Let's go to Jeff.
Is this on?
Let's go to Jeff in Inglewood. Jeff.
Yo, what's up, fellas?
Hey, Jeff, what's going on?
All right, 4 years. Damn.
I know, huh?
Yeah.
Another guy that hasn't heard us in 4 years.
Man, I got a question to ask you guys.
Yes.
You didn't steal a radio in all those years?
Well, you know how it is, man. It's kind of hard with the police out there, you know.
I hear you.
The po-po.
Yo, are you guys play that game where you have the young lady stick the phone down their little area and try to figure out if it's a Hitler mustache? Or
that can be played after 9 a.m. weekdays.
That may be one of the bits for the old satellite radio.
See, there's some things we can do here and some things we do over there. It's the best of both worlds, really isn't it?
See,
okay, fellas, listen, I look forward to hearing y'all every morning.
We could use the wiffle ball bat in both studios, just very differently.
Right. We'll play wiffle ball here. And at the other place, we go to jail.
That's right. Are we going to try to play that, or is it...
What is it, Eric?
Oh, Eric, now why don't you just sing it?
He's red-faced and hurt.
If it was a song, sing it. If it was a bit, just recite it.
What is it, sweetie? Microphone, can't hear you.
It's a...
Oh.
So just talking to thin air.
Yeah.
E-Rock,
oh, my God. Your parents are listening to this?
E-Rock, that mic worked. We just didn't want to have it on.
Keep shutting off the ones he runs to. E-Rock, what was that?
See, your mic's not on. Go.
That one's on over there.
Yeah, go over there.
Yeah, go over there to your post, because that is your post.
We do want to test your mic, so why don't you get over there?
That one. Put the headphones on and let us know what was on that CD. Eric?
It was a remix.
All right, it was a remix, I think.
The other thing, more info is going to come out, but the other thing is we get all our WNEW bits back.
Remember the bits.
That is huge to us.
A lot of the stuff.
When we got fired like 4 years ago, they locked our office and took everything away.
Yep.
Everything.
Mm-hmm.
They were searching our computers for God knows what.
I went after my hard drive with a claw hammer.
Yeah, they took all our bits, and I guess it's been locked in a closet for 4 years, and we're going to get that back in the coming days.
Yep.
There's some great bits on there that we could introduce to the satellite radio audience that they have never heard that.
Yeah, there's both of the audiences haven't heard a lot of stuff that maybe the other one had.
Right.
There's a lot of new stuff.
We may even start like a separate program on our satellite show, old school Opie and Anthony, and play a lot of that old stuff. The possibilities are just endless for this deal that has been made with CBS Radio. So
revolutionary deal.
Once again, you want to explain this, Anthony?
Yes. From 6 o'clock a.m. till 9 o'clock a.m., we are on free FM. Eastern time, of course.
Yes,
Jimmy.
Commercial radio. We'll be live in New York on WFNY, in Philly on WYSP. Once again, what's up, Philly? WBCN in Boston, KLLI in Dallas, WXRK in Cleveland.
In the afternoon.
We do afternoons there because Rover's kicking ass in the morning. WRKZ in Pittsburgh, and finally WPBZ, the home of E-Rock's parents in West Palm Beach.
They must be so proud right now.
And then at 9 a.m. or just before 9 a.m., we do a little parade every day to walk to another studio, which is like a block away from here, to do another 2 to 3 hours of radio on satellite.
To do our filthy, dirty show.
That's right.
Filthy, dirty sex show.
That's right. O&A uncensored, basically.
Yeah, it's uncensored. It's pretty much what you're going to be hearing here, only with curse words thrown in. Because that's pretty much it. Few people said. They don't understand. They're like bummed out that we're here doing this. They're going to be the same conversations that we've been having on XM.
Right, but this one we'll get more money for.
Well, 2 out of 3 of us will be.
Oh. Wait a minute.
You want to do the math live, or?
No, I'd rather not. There's a big subtraction. 2 of them have multiplications next to them, and one has just a thing equals thing. Same.
Believe me, it's not a $500 million.
Ours has a lot of commas, and yours have, like, decimal points.
Jim Norton dash status quo. All right.
All right. So, you just got to trust us.
Yeah. We've been doing this for a while. We know what we're doing.
You just got to believe
know
in
it works.
us, like you have, and trust us. It's going to work out fine.
Yeah, don't worry so much.
The show's going to get bigger and better. The guests are going to get better. The opportunities to do stuff on the streets are going to get much bigger. We're actually working on something we're not ready to announce that could be absolutely huge this summer. And it's all because now we have a bigger profile.
Yeah.
We have much more exposure, and that leads
bigger audience.
That leads to cooler things.
Mm-hmm.
Instead of just crappy, tiny little shirts to give away at our events, maybe we'll actually give away real stuff finally.
Ooh.
So just trust on this. I know a lot of people are confused, and
this is not what I'm used to.
Is the show going to change? And if it does, is it going to change for the worse? No, I think it's going to be a much better show in the end.
Do you remember when we first went to satellite radio? A lot of people were bitching because they said this. I don't think O&A are going to be as good on satellite because on regular radio they had to work around things and it made them more clever. They weren't allowed to curse, so they had to figure out funny ways to do things. And so many people were bludgeoning us with that one. And now that we're here, we're hearing, oh, this sucks. A few people on satellite. This sucks. You're watering down the show. It's just that it's new to you. You're not quite used to it. Trust us. We've done this. And for the people that want to call up and yell at us.
Like this guy? John in Mississippi. John, you're on the air.
John?
Yeah, go.
Oh, that's really great. Not so funny. You guys are doing the Howard Stern show, man. Who are you kidding? There's about 1,000 stations doing the same exact show.
That's right, John.
Listen, dude, you can
What's his
talk
name?
and dance all you want. You can do whatever you want. You're just going to fail because you suck, because you're just repeating what everybody else does.
Wow.
And by the way, I was listening to your show in the beginning when you were making fun of Imus because he was hanging out in the village with this big cowboy hat and the whole deal.
Sir, why are you talking so fast?
We'll let you talk. You don't have to get it out. We're not going to. See, here's the difference. Here's the difference, sir. Sir, here's the difference. We would let you talk.
Voice and the way you deliver the show, you're ripping off Stern, and you're a pansy, because you can't even come up with your own ideas.
Own ideas?
And by the way,
have you?
Everybody does your show, coast to coast.
Have you heard our show?
Why doesn't he come up with a new idea?
Sir?
He's reciting the Howard mantra.
Wow.
John, why don't you come up with a new idea how to trash a radio show?
You're doing the Grace Man show. What makes it in with Howard Stern? What are you talking about?
I got a good laugh from the crew.
That was pretty good. Hey, John, do you realize...
Keep laughing all you want.
John.
David Russell's better than you guys are.
We haven't even done a show yet, John. John, we haven't even done a show yet.
Dancing for CBS and XM. He was doing his own...
I like this guy. By the way, Sirius just offered him a show. They're paying him $10 million.
To the rest of the Stern listeners, this is...
I'm not even a Stern listener.
Oh,
hey,
my God.
John, you're I got to be honest with you, John. You're playing right into our hands. We wanted to get under your skin.
But you suck, and I used to listen to you guys when you're in New York.
Can you just...
On September 11th, too bad Superman...
Could you breathe for a second?
All right,
listen
John.
to him go.
John. You freaking suck.
John.
Get the hell off the air. It wasn't that crap anymore.
John.
You suck.
John.
You suck.
John.
You suck. And I really mean it. You really suck, dude.
Do we suck, though?
By the way, that station's going to go under.
I want to thank Jim Kramer for calling in today. What should we be buying today, Jim?
Austin comes after you with a vengeance. Maybe he'll make a comeback.
All right.
Because he's a lot better than you guys.
Okay.
Yeah. When you rip off an original, the copy's never as good, dude.
Yeah. No, these days with the digital, it's very good.
Yeah,
you really can't tell.
Yeah, John. How does it feel that the Howard Stern era is officially over? How does that feel, Johnny boy?
What do you mean? You hear me all over? I'm not even... What am I...
How does that feel, John?
What?
So long, John. So long.
The millionaire asked you a question, John.
Oh, God.
Wow. Well, I give him an A for energy.
We want that anger.
The only annoying thing is he was afraid if he stopped talking he'd get hung up on.
No,
I know. We're not going to hang up. Don't worry about it so much.
All day. That means we do less radio.
What a refreshing change from the ass kissers over at XM.
Alex from Jersey. Alex.
Hi guys.
Hey.
Came over to XM because I loved you guys. I was listening to you, New York native. Back following you guys here, and congrats.
Thank you. People that worry about the satellite show and the terrestrial show, what you have to realize is regardless of where the show is, we languish in mediocrity.
Right, no matter where.
It's never going to be great. It's never going to be awful. It's just going to be...
I'm happy with the mediocre life, but I live with you guys.
Of course.
All right, thank you.
No problem.
All right, we'll take a few more and we'll get the hell out of here. Who are we talking to? Nope, she hung up. Let's see.
How about a chick? That would be nice.
Where are you, bro? Oh, Eric, what's up?
Hey, man, what's going on?
Hey.
Welcome back.
Oh,
4 years.
4 years. You haven't heard us in 4 years?
Nope.
Yeah.
You missed a lot.
I still see the W and the WOW stickers on the trucks, but
yeah, they're still out there.
Yeah.
I think you're going to start seeing a lot more in the coming weeks.
But listen, you guys got a good lineup. The JV and Elvis show is pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
Radio Chick. What happened with Radio Chick? Was there beef?
I don't know.
I don't know what's going on with that.
We haven't officially hooked up face to face, done the old handshake and conversation yet.
Handshake? How about a boob shake?
I have no problem with her. So if she has a problem with me or us, then we'll talk and see.
We'll figure it out.
We'll see what gives.
So many years have gone by, and so much stuff has happened with everybody in between that these things kind of become inconsequential.
And just one more question.
Yeah.
What happened to some of the old characters? Patty, I think her name was.
She's dead.
The last I remember, you guys took back the wig.
Yeah, remember the wig?
Yeah. We got a lot to get into.
Yeah, we'll get into those details on Wednesday when we actually do a show. But Patty, is still coming around.
All right.
We'll let you know how she's doing.
We're going to make a lot of the old listeners that haven't heard us in 4 years really happy starting Wednesday.
Big news with one of the retarded Laverne and Shirley, for those of you that remember those two idiots.
And then the guys from XM are going to be really mad because we're going to rehash some stuff. So everyone's just got to be patient.
New guys, Big A, Twitchell's. There's all those new
Stupid
characters.
Pat from Moonaki,
that mess.
Yeah, so
there's plenty of new people and some of the old.
All right, we should get out of here.
Yep, let's go meet the press, Opie. The first time we're doing this without having to explain ourselves.
We got a microphone outside the studio where the press is hanging out.
Yeah.
Let's listen in.
They loved us.
Yes.
And try not to trip me up with those big feet of yours.
Yes, any questions for the Opie and Anthony program?
Any?
Hello? Hello?
Any questions?
Hello?
Oh, well.
All right, it all starts Wednesday. We are so psyched to be taking on this new, venture.
Want to thank everybody. Les, Joel, Bob Eatman, everybody involved.
Logan
the
and
lawyers,
Panero.
Logan and Panero.
Club Soda Kenny.
No, he will not be thanked.
And Tom Chiusano.
Tom.
What is that music?
Great. Mark.
We should play a
That's
song
ominous.
or something.
Like that.
Can we play like Head Like a Hole or some cool song to get out of here?
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe a celebration.
Cool on.
Celebration.
Something all the kids will listen
Celebration. The Eric Estrada version from Chips.
All right. Hums it on a mule.
It's going to get really interesting. It all starts Wednesday at 6 a.m. on the East Coast.
Yep.
6 to 9 on some 7 fine CBS stations. And, of course, simulcast on XM. And then at 9, the CBS stations go away, and we continue our show on satellite radio, XM satellite radio.
And tomorrow, for the XM listeners, it's a regular type of this show, right?
Yeah.
Or are we taking the day off? Because we're exhausted.
No, they're gonna give us hell tomorrow.
Oh, I'm sure.
We're gonna be on just satellite tomorrow, and they're gonna give us hell.
They're gonna give us hell.
That's why, right? That's why we didn't, get a lot of those guys on because we know we'll deal with you guys tomorrow. You guys are gonna beat us up tomorrow.
Gotta make our bitches feel special.
I gotta be honest. Most of the feedback I've gotten from
shut up.
All right.
Come on, let Jimmy talk.
Hear it.
Jimmy?
No.
All right.
Well, no, a lot of what people...
Shut up.
Good point. Now, they've been congratulating us. I'm getting a lot of congratulations. I'm sure you're going to get a couple of subs, but most of them are actually understand it.
It's on your blood test, not on the show.
Oh, that wouldn't be a congratulations.
Sorry, positive.
Hope you can keep a secret. LOL.
Get a robe and a little puppy and some broth.
Hey, by the way, when do we get to play Howie Baseball?
Well, find some of the recordings. And we'll get an aluminum bat and play some baseball.
We would love to play Howie Baseball on Wednesday.
Before they put the new walls in, that would be a good idea because we'll make holes.
That's up to the gang, Danny and Nathaniel and Travis and Derek and Steve and E-Rock and Ben to get that together for Wednesday, okay?
Yes.
Hey, man, it's great to be back.
Certainly is.
To the people we haven't talked to in 4 years.
Long overdue.
We'll go out with a song, and we'll see you guys Wednesday on the CBS stations, and we'll see everyone else tomorrow on XM. It's even confusing to us. It's going to take a few days to figure this all out.
Your mom? No.
No. Hit that tune, bro. It's the Opie and Anthony program. The ONA virus spreading across America. Thanks to XM Satellite Radio and now CBS Radio. See you guys Wednesday.
That's it. I'm out of here.